Hey YouTube, today we're going to be adding an electric actuator park and brake system on the 56 pickup. Currently it has no park and brake at all, that's the way I got it. I just installed rear disc brakes, you can look for my video on that. But we need to get the park and brakes working. Alright, here's the linear actuator kit that I got from eBay. If you go to autolock.com or it says to get instructions, go to instructionsnow.com. That's what it said. There was a little slip in the box that said the exact same thing. I went to instructionsnow.com, put in a couple different email addresses, and it keeps saying, I can't send email address. I can't send emails right now. So I'm going to figure out how this goes together. These are the parts it came with. This linear actuator fits in this box. It did come with this nice steel cabinet. And pretty sure that this piece goes here. And that this slips on there. And that this bolt goes through there with this nut on the back side. And this bracket gets bolted on, or screwed on, I should say. All right, using this metric tap, I wish I could tell you what size it is, but I can't. But it fits these little black screws that came with it. I tapped all four on this bracket, and I screwed this bracket in place. And then I chased out all the mounting holes on the side of this that hold the cover on. 4 on this side and 4 on the other side. And then 2 on the top on this side and 2 on the top on the left side. And now let's put the rest of it together. All right, I've got this bolt in place with the nut with the nylon insert. I don't have it tight yet. I know it doesn't go all the way tight, but I don't even have it as tight as it should be. Now I guess these cable guides go in here and here. So we'll have 2 cable guides. And this block where the cables go through and these set screws hold the cables in place, this screws on right here, and I guess it gets this lock and nut to hold it in place. So let me put those 3 pieces in. All right, the kit also came with 2 8-foot lengths of cable. One end designed to go on the brake caliper end, and the other end right here. And it can be custom cut to length. It goes in here, and then it goes in these little holes, and the set screw hold it in place. So you know, you can, I know a lot of guys out there are buying these linear actuators for 50 bucks, and they're fabricating all the rest of it themselves. But I think this metal case and all this hardware and the cables is worth the extra $150. But I guess the next thing to do is to get under the truck and to see where this is actually going to go and how long to make these cables. And then this gets bolted onto the truck frame somewhere, probably under the truck bed in my case. And get this thing installed. Then we'll figure out how to wire it up. That'll be next. All right, the next step is to run the cable, and it hooks up to the caliper right here, and the old cable is here, so I'm just going to follow its route because it lines up nicely, and it goes back along this rail here, and then ends up going through that rail up there, and where it comes out, these new cables are longer, so a little bit further forward I'll mount the linear actuator and hook the other end of the cable up there. Okay, on the top is the cable that came with the new brake kit, which is too short. And here is the cable that came with the linear actuator. And it's plenty long. As a matter of fact, it'll have to be cut depending on where I mount the linear actuator. So I need to remove this spring. And this just went into a hole, and there was really nothing attaching it. This one does have a nut, so I'll be able to put that through this hole right here, put the nut on the end, and then hook up the other end of the cable right here. So it'll work just fine. All right, I got the cable screwed in. I'll put this spring back in and then slide the cable back through the sheath and hook it up to this end here. And that's what it looks like all assembled. Here's a shot of the linear actuator in action. I'm just going to hook it up to 12 volts. Pulling the brake on, and then you reverse polarity. And takes the brake off. All right, I've been searching for a place to install this, and I think I'm going to do it right here in the rear, right behind the gas tank, up under the bed here. I think it's the best place. It's easy to access, and I can run the cables here, and you know, while I'm configuring it and working on it, I have access. I looked at, I mean, ideally it would be up further under the bed, but it's got dual exhaust and the drive shaft and not a good surface to mount it on, and I'm only on jack stands, I'm not on a lift. So all of those factors, I'm gonna mount it right here. All right, here's how I wired up the motor. If you put power to the motor, the linear actuator moves one direction. If you reverse polarity, it moves the other direction. So I got a double pole, double throw switch. And on the poles, I put the motor leads. And then the minus side of the battery goes to one of the terminals, and then on the other side it goes to the other terminal, and the same thing for the plus. So when the switch is in the up position, you've got minus flowing to this side of the motor, and then when the switch is in the down position, you've got plus flowing to this side of the motor. So up, negative to this side, down, positive to this side, and the opposite over here. And basically that's how I wired up the motor. All right, here's where I mounted the switch, the double pole, double throw momentary switch to activate the parking brake. Up turns it on, and engages the brake. And down releases the brake. So that was a good job done. They hold really well, and I'm happy with it. Thanks for watching.